Hello, welcome back to the Space Age. If you are here, welcome to this channel where I'm going to be giving you guys another tarot tea and talk. This is the second installment in this series, I suppose, and it's the second time that I've not been drinking tea, so please forgive me, but go and grab yourself a warm drink, or it can be a cold drink, whatever. Just grab yourself a nice hydrating beverage. Coffee isn't hydrating. I'm actually drinking decaf. I hope that's better, but has some chicory inside as well. Yeah, grab yourself something to drink so you can relax, and yeah. We will be talking today about what life will be like after all of this. The whole situation that's been happening for the past, I don't know how long. Do I need to adjust my camera? It seems a little crooked, but I think we're good. All right. So let's talk about what dating and romance, what those things are going to be like after everything that's been going on in the world. I feel like this is the most pressing question for me when I think about romance, especially for singles or people that are just, I don't know, shifting from one phase of life to another, maybe thinking about where they're going to go next as far as dating, or what, maybe even relationships in general, more than just dating and love will come through. But I want to know how these interactions will go, because I feel like a lot of things in the world today have been just taken to an extreme that we just don't even understand. Like, if this is like the new normal, if there's going to be a reversion back to a normal. And I'm not really going to go into like anything like that. I just want to get what tarot has to say. And maybe my energy will influence this, because I'm generally optimistic, because I like to put out good vibes into the world, not just for myself and those around me. I like to think about like the world and putting positive thoughts now, like more so lately than ever, just putting positive thoughts as to the trajectory of the world. Like, yes, things are going to be okay. We're going to recover from this, all that kind of stuff. So I just got this new deck, by the way. It's this Love Oracle Cards, Island Time Wellness. I don't know. I got this online. I've never used it, but it has keywords for love. So I figured let's start off with this one and see. We can test it together and just see what keywords pop out. This is a kind of cool deck. Oh, I love this. These are such cute cards. Should I turn my light on as well? Sometimes I don't know if I should put lighting on or if natural light is enough. You guys let me know. Does this look better? Does this look better? I think I'll turn it on. Let me see. I'll turn it on. Okay, so let's shuffle this deck. I like this deck. Oh my god, the drawings are so cute. So, Spirit, infinite stream of consciousness, the consciousness that connects us all. Please let us know what life will be like after, I don't know, I don't know when this is, like I don't know when the date ends, but consciousness for sure has an idea. Okay, so any keywords to start us off with? How have you guys been doing, by the way? How's your dating life been going? How have your relationships been going? I don't know, sometimes when I see like these pick a card readings of like, oh, like the next person you're going to date, sometimes I'm just like thinking like people that are watching those, I'm like, I wonder if they're like worried because like when is dating going to be normal again? I guess people have been dating through all of this, so, oh wow, we have separation that came out. Sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of future. Okay, I was expecting something a little more lucid, something more definitive, but separation, it sounds like what we're going through now. I don't know. Suddenly I'm just like thinking, girl, why'd you make this topic? Separation. Okay. Any more keywords? Maybe some good vibes. Like, I don't know. We'll just get our keywords. Karmic relationship. Oh my God, guys, I'm sorry. Don't hate on me. Smash the like button, please. Wedding rings, though. Wedding rings. Okay. Let's fill up the space here. Maybe we can do one or two more. Maybe it's more or less the same. Maybe separation isn't referring to the separation we've experienced. Maybe people will be moving out of karmic relationships and separating from people or things that just aren't working for them. And wedding rings is showing me like an energy of like perhaps people moving from relationships that are karmic into relationships that are long lasting, like a 10 of Cups situation. But I think there needs to be more light, so I'm gonna up the light on this. Yeah. Oh, guys, we are upgraded. I don't know, it's like really dim outside, I guess, but ooh, is that wanting to come out? No, it's too many cards. Okay, so yeah, so I've just been thinking like everyone that's just like trying to date right now, it must be kind of hard to just like think about, oh, I'm single, like I want to date someone, but I also can't go out, and I also don't, I don't know. Or maybe people can go out now. I think things have changed depending on where you live. Okay, I like you. Someone likes you, romance is blooming. Fun flirting, want to date. Okay. And one last one for our keyword themes. Does anything else want to come out? Oh, I guess something did. That way that just lifted off there. Talking. Okay. Text, call, email. Awaited messages arrive. Okay, so there will be communication coming in. Okay, so these are like the, I'm gonna assume that these are like some kind of themes that will be occurring after all this. I mean, I don't know if there's going to be an after all this, or if things will just meld into a new future, or if this is just the new normal, or what's transitioning. Like, I should probably ask that question, but it's technically not the topic of today, and I don't want to keep you guys here forever. But what I'm seeing here is what it's looking like is there is going to be, like, I think this is talking about the level of separation that we've experienced so far, but also because of what's been happening during this whole thing is like, I hope you guys know what I mean by this whole thing. It just occurred to me that maybe you guys wouldn't understand, like some of you might be like, what do you mean? Like, because I'm just talking around it. But I mean like the state of the world, okay? So with the separation card, what I'm getting is that there's going to be, I think we've already seen this or heard about this, like people having like separation during the pandemic. I'm just gonna say it. People having separation, getting split up, or like just feeling like just starting to argue a lot. And like perhaps this situation actually brought to light a lot of the karmic relationships that were coming into play. And so what I'm seeing like post pandemic, God, I think I can just say it. I think I can. I'm gonna say it. Okay. Post pandemonium is that what I'm seeing going on is that essentially people are going to be shifting out. They've discovered in this period of time a lot about themselves. So I'm seeing that you've probably discovered a lot about yourself in this time, whether you were someone who thrived, hated it, really had a hard time, had a good time, had a lot of successes going on. what this did is this created a situation where you were essentially forced to have a face-to-face, an interaction with yourself and your relationship with yourself and what you really want. So you were essentially brought to your shadow side here. And so what I'm seeing is that you guys learned something, but this is actually, there's going to be a lot of benefits that come past this point in time. So the wedding rings is showing me finally meeting someone. Like, people are going to start meeting people that are really meant for them and not moving with fear. Okay, so we have the Two of Pentacles reversed. So it's more about like weighing your own personal options, but also it's like you're not really being controlled anymore by all the, like, when things are hurtled to you in life, you're not going to be as worried about them with this Two of Pentacles reversed. You're more so trying to figure out what works for you rather than trying to balance out all of the things that you were supposed to do in the past. So I'm seeing that like a lot of people, so this is very general, obviously, because we're just talking about like the state of the world. But so I'm seeing a lot of people are going to be shifting from I'm in this relationship with this person because I'm seeing a lot of confrontation with the shadow. So people being attracted to, let's say, people that are bad to them all the time. So there are certain people that might, they might always be attracted to the same kind of guy or girl who is just like toxic for them, or they don't understand why, and they're stuck in this karmic loop. And what's happening now is this separation is shifting people out of that karmic loop, and they're learning not to make these decisions with people out of fear or familiarity, because a lot of these relationships, they come from what they've learned to think of as love in the past, and they're starting to realize like, oh gosh, like I need to work on this. And the Two of Pentacles reverse is showing me like refusing and turning away from the idea that you have to manage this, and this all the time in your relationship in order for it to work. It's more about like taking us a minute to look at what your priorities are in a relationship. So people's priorities are shifting. So then you have the Seven of Wands reversed. Okay, so people are going to be in less conflict. So yeah, I do see a shifting out. And then you have the Three of Swords under that. And I feel like that's like in reverse as well. So what I'm seeing here is like people recovering from this sense of like the Seven of Wands reversed and the Three of Swords reversed really kind of bring forward that conflict, that level of conflict that people have been having, maybe with other people, the relationships they're having in life, with their friends, family, and their loved ones. And there might have been a lot of hardship during this time, lots of heartbreak, lots of pain, lots of fighting, arguing with people, but that's the state of the world. It's like, it's really a pandemonium. It really is a pandemonium that I'm seeing here that was going on in people's personal relationships. And this could be very internalized. And given that these are all in reverse, I do see that the revolution was not televised in a sense. Like, it was all internal. So all of these things that are happening, there must have been some kind of external thing. There were lots of conflicts. We heard about those things, but a lot of this is going on beneath the surface. This is going on beneath the surface. And yeah. But so post-pandemic, what I'm seeing is people being connected with their loved ones, being reconnected with their loved ones. Yeah. So I'm seeing a lot of people just like reconnecting and communicating more because of this talking card and this I like you in the wedding rings. What I'm seeing is that people are choosing to filter out the people that they don't like anymore. Basically the people that they thought were okay for them and were just actually unhealthy. And now they're just like, okay, like it's time for, okay, that's coming out, but just the top card. So we have the Eight of Swords reversed. wow, like everything is in reverse. The Eight of Swords reversed is showing me like finally realizing that you have control here. This is just all about realizing. So people are just realizing right now what they want in a relationship, what they want out of love, what they want out of life. And they're being really honest and blunt with themselves. And so it's almost as if like people are just choosing to move out of like what they love and not what they are afraid of. So they might be like in a certain situation or relationship and they're just moving out of that. And I'm seeing people probably getting hitched a lot. Like there's probably like people getting hitched after this is all over, or like when it seems more over than it has been. So like once things become more settled down, then I'm seeing people running off to get hitched, like going to Las Vegas or something to get hitched, or going to like Europe and doing stuff, or traveling, or maybe just inspired actions in love. I'm seeing inspired actions in love, like where you might meet somebody and you've just met this person, but you just know that you like this person and you guys are just decide to like run off to like Europe for like a trip or something. And let me sip this thing that this whole gimmicky thing is about. So let me This is pretty yummy. I'm not sure if this is a cafe au lait or a latte, but stay hydrated, guys, as she drinks dehydrating substances. Oop. Okay, so yeah, Eight of Swords, you're realizing, like people are going to start realizing like they don't have to settle. That's what I'm seeing here. People are just realizing they don't have to settle and they can have like that storybook romance. And it seems like it's like almost like we're always told like, you know, if you have too high standards, you can't have it all with this Two of Pentacles. It's like with the Two of Pentacles upright, this person is just trying to juggle all their responsibilities. They're spread really thin. And the Two of Swords is kind of like, I'm seeing this as like a rejection of that. It's like, you can have it all. You can't have it all. And you don't have to, like, people are just like tired of fighting. I totally feel that. Actually, that's crazy. This Seven of Swords is like saying, we're tired of fighting. We're tired of just like dealing with the same old nonsense. And starting to realize it's like going inward and saying like, what have I been blocking myself off to with this Eight of Swords? It's quite incredible. Okay, and we have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. Oh my gosh, everything is in reverse, guys. This is hilarious to me. So yeah, the Nine of Pentacles is really about enjoying like the fruits of your labor. And when it's in reverse, it's saying like, well, like it's time to assess now. It's really time to go inward and assess. Have you been enjoying your life? Have you been enjoying the physical world, the physical manifestations of everything that you've been thinking and doing and taking in? Like, are you okay with that? Like, have you been enjoying this? Or are you really enjoying life? That's like the question that's kind of being pushed into people's consciousness. This might be an astrological thing. Let me bring out these astrological dice, like just so I can remember. Maybe I'll just roll them right now. I usually roll at the end. But we have, I believe this is, why don't I know this? This is Gemini. So we have Gemini. Isn't it Gemini season coming through? So what I'm seeing with this is that people are, again, like the wedding ring and the karmic relationship here, that is so freaking on point here, because Gemini is like the twins. It's like this, the duality of like the male, female, the pairing up. This could be even a karmic relationship going on. And then we have, this is, I think, Mercury. I do not know this as well as I thought I did, guys. But this is like Mercury. And then we have 3, which is Jupiter. So I feel like this has to do a lot with like people's luck in love is changing. I'm seeing a lot of changes in it's I'm seeing turmoil with the Gemini energy, with the karmic relationship thing. Not that Gemini is karmic relationships, but it has to do with like the duality and the pairing, and inherently it's about the ability to have like these two polar opposite frequencies in one. So honestly, the energy that I'm getting post-pandemic, or like really transitioned pandemic, I should say, because I feel like there's like a transition. The sense I'm getting is like a transition from this energy, is that people are facing the duality that they have inside, which is like, I want this and this out of life, this and this out of a relationship. And I might have been single until now, and it's okay that I've maybe turned people down, or maybe it's not okay that I've turned people down. I'm seeing people being kind of conflicted and having two minds about how they feel about their relationships or how they feel about being single. So people are starting to try to figure out, they're trying to figure out why have I done the things that I've done? What should I do next? Should I settle for what I have now, or settle for what's in front of me? Or can I wait longer before doing that? And I think that has to do with like getting hitched and stuff. People are kind of in a rush, but they're also kind of in a state where they're willing to wait. It's two energies coming through here, because I'm sensing from the separation energy and the I like you and the talking, because first you start off with separation and then we end with talking, okay? And to me, that's interesting, because I feel like communication has been like the thing that's kind of gone down in the past year. Has it been like over a year maybe now? I think it's over a year actually. So that's the thing so we're shifting from here to here, and it's almost as if people are getting excited. They're getting in the hitched energy of like going off and just being spontaneous coming through. It's a beautiful energy, yet also it has this energy of being like people are in a rush. People are trying to, it's not even like they're in a rush. It's more like they're so excited that they can finally like breathe, or they can finally see people or talk to people and like be with someone. Especially if you're single and you haven't been communicating with a lot of people, you might run into someone or like meet someone, and just the sheer separation from the past suddenly becomes so overwhelming when you meet this person. And so, you know, honestly, something that's coming through is that this might even be a karmic relationship for certain people that comes through. It's like this person, like the Gemini thing, it's like this person might be your twin flame. With that Gemini thing that came out just now, like this person might be your twin flame, and then suddenly you get hitched really fast, and it kind of just, you know, spurs off into something. But I'm actually just seeing more of like a positive trajectory, because all of these cards here are asking you to assess like what so far have you not done for yourself. Because it's like when you're putting the oxygen mask when the plane is going down on yourself versus someone else. It's not about being selfish. It's about understanding that all humans are inherently selfish, because every time you're doing something selfish, it's actually when it comes down to it, it is for you, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Because ultimately, if you don't serve yourself, you're actually making other people unhappy. Like, so some people that are single, that want to be in relationships, like you can't just, it's saying like you can't really just step into a relationship unless you like this person, unless you really feel like there's something there, like that's strong. So this is an energy that's encouraging people to go with what they really feel really drawn to. Like, there's a connection here. I'm not going to settle for anything less than this connection. And conversing, it's like that person that you want to wait by the phone for is awaited messages arrives. It's like maybe you've been waiting for someone for a long time. So a lot of people are going to start experiencing communications from people that they've had a crush on for a while. Someone that they never thought there would be movement with is like coming in and texting you and calling you, suddenly they're going to start presenting themselves in your reality. Okay, so I also pulled some of these cards earlier because these heart-shaped cards are really hard to shuffle on camera, and I don't want to, I don't know, have them fly into my coffee or fly into the flames, which I could douse with my coffee. But well, let's get into these cards. Okay, so we have this beautiful painting picture. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. So that's interesting with the separation and stuff. So it seems as though people are really calming down. It seems like people are choosing love over fear again. So like that spontaneous energy that I was talking about people just following their hearts essentially. It's really like this calm energy too, because although it is spontaneous, it is out of love that I'm seeing here. So people are moving out of love. Yeah, because the Three of Swords being in reverse here, I just have like this strong feeling like you're almost not afraid to take a chance, almost not afraid to have your heart broken, or it's just you're moving out of love and you're not afraid of like the repercussions of love anymore. So the spontaneity is more like just being natural. Okay, then we have this one. I've never seen this one actually, interestingly. It's a beautiful yellow. If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. That's what I was just saying, people following their hearts. So, and I know that's really corny. I've been saying that a lot lately though. I don't know why, but I keep saying like, we just have to follow our hearts, guys. We have to follow our hearts. And I think that's just where I am right now. I'm not afraid to be corny. I saw like this video. I think it was Starlight Girl, the Practical Witches, like last pick a card. I don't know what day is it today. It is like May 25th. It was like her last video from that time, if you're wondering. But she was saying that like in my pick a card reading, she mentioned something about like life being like a movie, and she like named like one of my favorite movies ever, Bridget Jones's Diary, and I'm like, my life does feel like a movie. I am following my heart. I'm such a cornball. Anyway, if you could do anything, the answer dwells in your heart, not your mind. Yeah, I've been thinking lately, and I'm going to tell you guys what I've been thinking. I've been thinking that our heart is also a brain. I think our heart is actually like, I think we have many brains in our body. I know that sounds really weird and random, but I've been thinking like in the past, you know, I've studied like different holistic stuff. And one of the things that they say is that your gut is like your second brain, because like what you put in your body is essentially like creating like different chemicals and stuff like that. And you know, that gut feeling, it's like a brain feeling. Suddenly you have like butterflies in your stomach or something. And I've been thinking like, especially with me saying like, follow your heart and tapping into the love frequency where I just always want to stay because I love it here. Just being in love, like I'm starting to realize or starting to feel as though your heart, or at least your thymus, which is that gland like above or next to your heart, I believe that is like that center, that heart chakra is actually like another brain. I'm actually thinking that like we think of our brain as our brain, and it is our brain. But like what if like our different organs are just different brains? And so like when they respond, when they have certain feelings like pain or squelching or nerves, it's like that specific brain is trying to say something. Like your liver, like that brain is like trying to filter out information, or your gut is trying to digest information. I know that's like really like a lot to chew on, but I don't know, it's just food for thought. Yeah, so people are going to be following their hearts. We have this card, playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together, and remember, love is the greatest healer. Then we have talking. I love that. I feel like people are just going to be connecting, and it is going to be like a childlike energy that's coming through, because people are just moving. When you're moving in love, being spontaneous isn't just being reckless here. So people are just going to play. People are remembering. I think people are starting to remember themselves, guys. That's what's really happening. People are starting to remember that life isn't just about struggling, stressing, living in fear. It's really not. It's about following what you love, doing what you love, feeling playful. And so things can't go wrong, because even if you encounter someone, you're like, oh, this relationship is sweeping me away, and then it starts to go awry, this whole thing has taught you, like, okay, you know what? Like, this isn't working. But honestly, when you're just leading with love, you really can't go wrong. That's another thing that's coming through. We have this beautiful heart with wings. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul. Sorry, I'm thinking about this like meme. Whenever I hear you take nothing with you, I just think of this Karl Marx meme when he's like, you have nothing to lose but your chains. I'm not like a Marx person or anything. I'm not like putting that out there. I'm remembering that meme. It's hilarious. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. Okay, so it's like, hello, like reminder, like this world is, it's your life. I believe in reincarnation. It was the first belief I ever had, like as a child. I don't even know where it came from. I just knew it, you know? But ultimately, it's like, you can only know what is right in front of you, and this is like your one life. So just because you have many lives, people say that, you know, oh, you have many lives to get everything accomplished. That's true, you know, so don't like stress, relax. But also it's like, well, it's like you deserve to have a good life and what you want in this life too. And that's what people are starting to figure out post-pandemic, okay? So beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. That's true. That's very true. So I really feel like maybe it's just because I'm aware. I just feel like people are moving into love. And so what's happening is, like, if you haven't experienced this shift, which I'm sure you guys have because you're here, and if you haven't, well, you're here. And so therefore, that's what's coming in. Because right now it's saying that people are starting to become aware of how they're behaving, even their shadow qualities. I mentioned the shadow being presented. It's like, if you're afraid of your shadow, if you're afraid of the fact that you have the potentiality to even be a shadow or have a shadow, or, you know, you're not the perfect person and your mantra is like, I'm such a good person. Well, that's only going to be limiting for people. Like, so it's not like everyone, obviously post everything, obviously not everyone's going to have bright shining and rainbows. I mean, actually, I hope so. I really do hope so. I'm seeing a lot of that happening, but it's really the people that were not afraid to grow and improve and move into love in the first place that are experiencing this. I'm just drinking my thing. I think you guys can see that. I grabbed it. Okay, so I also wanted to... How long is this video? Okay, we're like 34 minutes in, so I don't know. I'm just gonna keep going. I'm probably gonna cut it. I'm gonna just end it pretty soon because I don't want you guys to having intimate thoughts. I don't want you guys to just like have to sit here forever, but at the same time, I know some of you guys really like these long readings, and I don't know. I'm just doing what feels natural. So small talk will be important. Dang, talking. Okay, so conversation. So I think it's because of the limited access to people. People have kind of lost some social skills here, possibly, or they've been practicing their social skills, or like so I've been reading like certain books about this kind of stuff. So small talk is going to be important. So having good communication. Isn't Gemini also? We had Gemini, and I believe we had Mercury. So those deal with communication as well. So communication is major in this next phase. I think it's actually saying that because of people have probably started becoming more introverted than ever, or they've had social anxiety can pick up pretty quickly. You don't need that much limited social exposure for that to happen to you. So it's saying the people that are really going to thrive here after all of this is happening are people that have kept up with their communication skills, or have like a natural charisma or way to talk, which is something that you can develop. It's not something that you necessarily have to be born with. It's something that you can actually work on and read books on. So if you're looking to thrive after all of this is done, this is saying like buckle down and become an interesting conversationalist, because it is well within your reach, especially if you feel like you can't, like it's a skill like anything else. And the people that you see that are good at that have developed this skill and practiced. So yeah, people are going, I Like You is showing me like, okay, you're going to be, if you practice this, you're going to be very interesting to people, and you're going to be very social and have a lot of good relationships and a lot of great dating partners that are really going to want to stick around with you. It's really about fun here. It's about who's fun in the next phase. Okay, anything else from this deck? Okay. Social abilities enhanced, guys. Dang, that's crazy. Social abilities enhanced. Wow. So this is about being social as well, because we were in a period of separation, and the world essentially became like distanced. It became completely against its own nature. Humanity is a social, like humans are a social creature. And so social abilities enhance is showing me like, okay, so those of you that are buckling down watching this video, people that have been studying, because you did that, like you're going to rise to the top. So this is actually like in a lot of different areas of life I'm seeing, because this is just going to be really important. So if you guys don't feel like you're great socially, it's okay. It's okay. These are things you can learn, but you're getting the beta right now that it's time to buckle down and remember that just relax and just learn different social things you can do to become, good at small talk. Small talk is important. I never valued small talk myself in life, because I've always been a very deep thinker, always been, just going in deep, and I'm just like, it's so boring, but it's so important. And I realized that myself, because it's just like, I don't want someone just like, that's why I wouldn't even talk to people in the past at all. But like, basically, like when you're talking to someone, small talk is very important. It's a very valuable asset, because I don't even really know how to explain it, but it really is important, and it's not something that doesn't have any value. There is a need. Like if you had to talk to your local farmer about something deep all the time, like that would just be like really challenging. But I think that's enough for this deck, because it's saying a lot about the energies. Now let's use this Astro deck and see what comes out. I bet like Mercury's gonna come out. How much do you want to bet? Is it this one? We have opposition, balance. Ooh, so I get another, like a Libra sense here. So there's like a sense of like Libra coming through. So, relates to minor interactions, confronts. Okay, so conflict. Okay, So what I'm seeing here is like people, like there's a lot of justified actions coming out. So like a lot of things that have been out of order are going to come back into balance. And that's why people are going to be really talkative here. And that's why people that are really, that have, like sometimes it's not really about your skills, it's about your social skills. And that can take someone who, like, we've all seen people at jobs that are just like, they might not have the most skills, but they're just really good socially, and that's how they rise to the top. And so that's the same thing in the dating world. And this is just really about the world in general, but in the dating world, like you're going to start seeing that if you're a really good conversationalist, like more opportunities are going to present themselves, as in like you're just gonna have more suitors, or like more people are going to be just asking you out spontaneously. And your energy, even if you're not talking, will be infectious, because having intimate thoughts is also telling me what the conversation, the inner dialogue that you're having is also very important. Because of course your inner dialogue is also shaping the world around you. So, we had Cancer, the doula, so feeling, right? So being like a person that's very aware, because also your social skills have to do with how well you're able to read other people or feel other people's emotions, relate to them. And then also, like, you know, if you're being social, it's like, oh, you're picking up on cues on if someone feels comfortable, if someone feels, and we have transformation Pluto, but I'm not putting that out because that was like more than one card. But this came up recently, and volcanoes are like a thing that has to do with like transformation. So this is just like the transformation, the alchemization of our world right now. So any other cards from this deck? Ooh. Square. Challenge. Okay. So there might be some pressing need to work on something that is going against you. So not everything is like perfect, and that's why this opposition is coming here as well. There's going to be like this scale that's going on in the world. There's going to be like a scale that is trying to harmonize everything, because the nature of humanity, like I said, is social, and we know this. And so there is going to be like this pendulum swing, this kickback. And so there are going to be some challenges and tensions, and that's why we have talking that came out as a theme. And I like you talking. So this is showing me like, okay, there are going to be some challenges, but you don't have to face these challenges if you are able to effectively communicate with others. If you are able to use your empathy, because I'm assuming a lot of you are empathic, and you don't have to be someone who's like, you can be crying a lot, because the Cancer's coming out, and like I know Cancers, they're water signs, lots of, you know, water flowing. But being empathic is more about being able to really just sense energy and understand how people are feeling. And this is the power that you have as someone who is empathic. And I'm assuming that all of you here, or most of you here, are empathic to some degree. So if you're receiving this message, if you stumbled across this video, right? Like if you happen to come across it, this message is for you. So this is telling you, okay, in general, in dating, specifically because this video is about that, in dating, but I'm just seeing that the world is coming through as well, because the square here is making me think of like a computer box. So social media is going to be a big thing as well. The way you communicate across platforms, if you just enhance this, your social abilities enhanced, if you enhance these abilities, you're going to rise to the top, and you have the capabilities of doing so, or else you wouldn't be told this message in the first place. Like if you wouldn't have come across this message if it's not possible for you to do this. And don't see it as like such a difficulty. Just like read a book on it and then just apply like the lessons from that book. Because it's showing me here that if you're single and you want to just have like a lot of suitors, if you want to ask people out, if you're in a relationship and you want to enhance your relationship and things have been weird, all of this is going to come down to how well you can socialize in the new world. Because as you know, we've just been socially distanced, we've been separated from people, and what it's going to come down to, and like I said, social fabric can dissolve like pretty quickly. Like if you haven't if I'm being social, and I think we've all sensed this, if I'm being social and like I have a game night with my friends, like, and I'm talking to people, so like the next day it's easier for me to talk to people, and then the next day, right? But if I'm just like alone for like a series of days, then I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, it's not that dramatic for me, at least, because I'm normally introverted, or more on the introverted side of things. So this hasn't been that big a deal for me personally, but ultimately it's like I'm understanding here from this message that there's an importance here on many levels in getting what you want out of life, and just not really like saying like you have to do this. It's just saying like this is going to help you greatly in helping you meet the people that you want to meet. It's not saying that you won't meet them, but it's just going to make it that much easier and help you rise above the challenges of the new and modern world. Because yeah, a lot of people, you're going to have a huge advantage because a lot of people just, they haven't been social. They're becoming more anxious by the day, and you might be anxious, right? But this is showing me like you have the capabilities of really capitalizing off the fact that when this is over, because it is, I'm going to project it out there that this is just, everything's going to get better, okay? Let's all do that for just take a moment and do that, put our good thoughts together, that when this is over, other people are going to probably have a hard time, just getting back on track, but you're going to have that advantage, and you're going to find that it's just so easy to just talk to people. People feel comfortable around you. They really like you, and you just become like this social butterfly, and then suddenly like everyone wants to date you. Like suddenly you just feel confident enough to ask out that girl that you want to ask out or something, or like whatever it is that you want to do, that's the message here. And so remember it says follow your heart, right? So just being relaxed. You don't have to just be stressed all the time. If you're following love and not fear, the stress is coming from the fear. So if you're following love, everything is going to be okay. And you're capable. You're perfectly capable. All right? So I hope that's exciting for you guys, like after everything's going on. I hope this wasn't too long, but yeah, it's 48 minutes, but it's okay. Anyway, you guys can watch this in like many parts, but you were supposed to sit down with your tea. So this should generally be like, let's sit down and have a conversation. Let's hang out and, talk a little bit. So yeah, talk to me in the comments. Make sure you like this video. It says like here. So make sure you like this video, share this video with someone that you think would really like this video. It also helps, I think, that the algorithm or something. So I think that would be really nice. And any last messages for you guys? I think I kind of, there was one last, sorry guys, I know I gave you like a false sense of, we're gonna leave, we can finally be set free, but I'm sure you would have just left the video if it was that long. But anyway, I wonder how many people are actually gonna stick around to the end of this, but again, I'm sorry. These were two archetypes that I wanted to pull out some archetype cards just to see like what archetypal energies are going to be in the next phase. And so we have Advocate, and then we have King. So again, this is just more confirmation. Advocate, someone who is very diplomatic, someone who can advocate for other people. So having that empathy being a superpower here is really important. Empathy being like a superpower where it inspires you to put compassion into action. So I'm seeing that empaths are going to be rising to the top. People that can really sense how other people feel and communicate with those needs. Feel what people are feeling before they even know that they're feeling it. And it's like you're going to draw these people to you. They're going to just really be drawn to you. Inspires you to put compassion into action. Yeah, and an advocate, I also think of someone who's very diplomatic, someone who's really good with words. An advocate in French, l'avocat it's the an avocat is a lawyer. So lawyers have to be very good with their words. That's really what it comes down to. When you have someone representing you, it's really about, can this person make the great argument for me to make me win this case so that I don't end up, so you're going to be having having a sense of what people are feeling, what they're doing, and then also having your communication skills to back you up. It's going to draw people to you like honey. You're just going to be like honey, and people are just going to be sticking to you, okay? And then we have King. Enlightened, benevolent. I can't speak today. Why? Enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. Okay, yeah, so you're rising, like leadership is so huge here. So that's what I'm saying. If you take advantage of this right now, this energy that's being presented, it's just all about communication. If you take advantage of this energy, you're going to be rising to the top, because people have like fallen behind in certain senses. They've regressed in certain ways. Some people haven't, but because you're taking advantage of this now and working on you and working on how you can be a benefit to others, right? Suddenly you're going to see opportunities presented that you didn't see before. You might even, I'm seeing switching echelons. That's what's coming in my, I'm hearing that, like switching echelons up, moving up in status, perhaps being in different circles where communication is very important, like country clubs and stuff like that. That's coming through. Money is really important too. So Pentacles energy, and also we have the Nine of Pentacles here. So I know this is shifting away from like romance, it seems, but that's really not the case. This is just the message coming through here is like in various parts of your life, especially your love life, but in various parts of your life, taking advantage of that skill, cultivating that skill. Remember, it's a skill to cultivate. If you don't have it, is going to be super duper important. And if you have it, study up even more, because you're gonna be on fire. I'm like super excited about this energy here. Okay, so anyways, I hope that was interesting. And yeah, I had a lot of fun doing that. I'm gonna do more of these videos. I don't know how to, put it out there, but hopefully more people will find these if it's a relevant message to them. The people that end up finding these videos are the people that it's relevant for, which is amazing. So hopefully more people will find these videos. I don't really know how to title these, I guess, but I think I'll just do the tarot tea and talk for you guys. And I hope you guys like this series, because there's going to be more of them. And I like the idea of just having a subject and then kind of like talking on it. And there might be more cards or fewer cards, but either way, we're just sitting down and yeah, hanging out. So I will see you guys in the next one. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all that, and I will see you. Bye.